The only way I figured that this movie that I'm about to review can be original is if the first three do not exist. But if they do not exist, then neither would this film that I'm about to review. What a twist.
Welcome to the horror show. To realize every door is run. No games to try. Paranoia is running your life. Welcome to the horror show. To realize every door is run. No games to try. Obsessions rule your mind.
Raptor. Or as the box cover suggests, Raptor! In your face. Okay, so Raptor. It could either be considered great, one of the goriest action movies ever made, or terrible, shameless stock footage. If you hate this film, then why are you watching this review anyways? I mean, unless you really care about my opinion. But anyways, if you enjoy the Carnosaur movies and you've seen this, you're probably really pissed at it. But if you haven't seen any of the Carnosaur movies and you want to start off with something that really is nasty and bloody and creative with all the gore effects because it's just like taking footage from the other first three Carnosaur movies, then watch this one first, and then watch the first three. This is actually not even really Carnosaur 4. It technically can be considered Carnosaur 4, but it's just Raptor in my book. Even though I have Carnosaur, Carnosaur 2, Carnosaur 3, Primal Species, Raptor, and the upcoming review that I'm going to be doing is for the Eden formula anyways. All 5 of those movies are on my shelf in subsequential order, like 1, 2, 3, Raptor, Eden formula, even though I don't consider them 4 or 5. I sometimes do, and it's just easier to find that way. This film is directed by Jim Wynorski. He's a cool guy, and I used to be friends with him on Facebook. That is until I uploaded a decent review for Komodo vs. Cobra, and he thought it was trashing the film. I really wasn't. Anyways, without getting too sidetracked, this film stars Eric Roberts, of all people. You know, Eric Roberts from films with Eric Roberts in them, like The Expendables, Cyclops. I don't really follow many big stars, but I do know Eric Roberts was in The Expendables, Cyclops, Sharktopus, Raptor. He's a big name actor that I don't follow. What do you want from me? This also stars Corbin Burnson. I don't know who the hell that is. Let's see. The Dentist, Major League, and the LA Law. That's what he starred in. Huh. Trying to see what the names are in this movie. Timmy, Bill, Harrison Page, Larissa McCombs. Oh, there's one other actress in this film that Jim Wynorski used. She was in Curse of the Komodo and Camel Spiders, and her name is Melissa Bracell. Yeah, she's eye candy for people who like fake tits, I guess. But yeah, she's an interesting character because she plays a scientist when really she's a model. Now all the shameless stock footage in this film I have come to love, respect, and care for. But until recently, I think they put the icing on the cake. Not only did they copy the scene where the car falls over the bridge from Humanoids from the Deep, but they borrowed the damn soundtrack too. Whole movie, Humanoids from the Deep soundtrack. It's a brilliant soundtrack. I never cut onto it when I was younger because I didn't know I've never seen Humanoids from the Deep. But now I've grown to love that film. And hearing it in this was kind of like, it was really misplaced. And I don't think it fit. And it was very blatant. These dinosaurs are insane. And if you just forget that it's stock footage, you can have so much fun with this movie with all the greasy, bloody, gory deaths. And it's just fun to watch. You get, like, I don't know, 30 people getting killed in this movie. There's so many deaths. I really enjoyed it. And when I actually first watched this when I was a kid, right when it starts, it goes right into about 20 minutes into Carnosaur where the 3 kids are in the Jeep. It starts right with that, and them driving like, oh, this must be a trailer for Carnosaur. Then I said the words, after all that happened with Raptor, I'm like, wait, you're kidding. Well, maybe it's just that one scene. And then the whole movie was like that. I was like, Okay. And do you remember when I was talking about that place called Video Times in my Carnosaur review? Well, this was on VHS in that store. And I remember looking at it and being like, my mom again was like, what's it rated? I'm like, I'm not going to lie, this time it's rated R. But I'm like 2 years older, can I please watch it? She's like, creature violence, gore, language, a scene of sexuality. Yeah, but I did get to rent it, and I watched it, and, apparently that sex scene is an unrated cut of the film, and it's like 10 minutes long, and I'm like, ugh, even watching it for 2 minutes, or however long. I don't think it's even a real sex scene, it's just like sexual or sensual content. Anyways, yeah, also, I remember at Video Times, they had a copy of Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and I turned it around, and I saw Freddy eating the kid's face, or not really eating, but putting his face around, mouth around his face. That scared the shit out of me, and I never knew what it was until recently. Not recently, but a while ago. Overall, I give Raptor a 3 out of 5. It's better than the original Carnosaur. It's almost as good as Carnosaur 2, but it's not as good as Carnosaur 3. I don't care how well you edit that stock footage together. It's still shameless and kind of unforgivable in some scenes. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to leave comments and subscribe.